Hello everybody and welcome to this Team Reloaded presentation, on which we'll be showcasing the projects we'll be working on throughout 2024 and 2025. My name is Nacho, also known as Naxo, and I'll be your host for today. Before we get things started, let me remind you of two of our current projects that are still being worked on. These are Wilford, Mother Loving Wharf-Touch Reinvented, a remake of the short film of the same name by Markiplier, and AVGN Seaman Re-Reviewed, an animated collab of the Seaman Review by Cinemassacre's Angry Video Game Nerd. Both projects still have scenes and music fragments available, so if you're interested in participating in any of them, make sure to contact either Peyton the Ninja or Beast with Chainsaws and Waylon. For more information, join our Discord server. Link is in the description. Well, with that being said, let us show you the trailer of one of our upcoming projects. A remake of the 2009 video by Leo Kim Video, Mad Bomber, Twisted Thomas parody, is now in the works. Now, let me introduce you to Metablox, director of this project, who will explain you a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Nexo. Hi, my name is Metablox. I'm here to introduce you to Team Reloaded's upcoming collab, which is Mad Bomber Reignited. Now, so you might be asking, what is a Mad Bomber? Well, the Mad Bomber is a film made by Leo Henry in 2000. It's basically a parody film of the Thomas franchise, which is kinda, but it has an epic story, It's quite interesting to say the least. But now for the main question. What is the Mad Bomber Reignited? Well, the Mad Bomber Reignited is a non-profit fan-made shot-by-shot remake of the fan-made film The Mad Bomber, which you may know from video, which was actually going to spawn a series of episodes, but it never came to fruition. So the other episodes were cancelled, which is quite sad to be honest. It kind of wish you continue, but yeah. Now for the question, why am I doing this? Because this video holds a special place in my heart, because I grew up with it. And there have been many attempts to do something like this. But I want to change all that. I want this to happen and make it real. I want a Mad Bomber collab to come out and I just want it to happen. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you Metablox for hosting this project with us. Animated scenes for Mad Bomber Reignited will be open for sign up later today. More information available on our Discord server. Moving along with the topics, there is a question that some of you asked. Where are the Vista Redestroyed music videos? Let me tell you, after a bit of delays, all 3 fusion collabs featured on the project are finally underway. The titles of the music videos will be Sailor Joe, a Sailor Moon themed fusion collab, Gunfeld, a Seinfeld themed fusion collab, and Virus Database, a Protogen rap fusion collab. Be on the lookout for them on our YouTube channel, as they will be releasing starting next week. And with that, it's time to wrap up this presentation. That would be it. We only have 3 consecutive projects, right? Well, I've never been a huge fan of odd numbers.
Yes, sir. That's right. Nobody had a clue. No, sir. The old man doesn't know yet. That's right. We've still gotta get the third, bro.
That's right, after popular demand, we are finally starting development on a fan sequel to Blue Shell Incident. And after a little break since its remake, I will be making my return to the directing chair. This project will be a little different to the others we have done before, so allow me to explain it a little bit to you. The main goal of this project is to create a community-made fan sequel. This means making it with a mix of ideas and concepts from multiple creators. I believe that what made the original Blue Shell Incident so special, since Joel made it on stream, was how many of the ideas and twists to the story was influenced by the chat. I hope with this project we'll be able to achieve a similar feel. So, how are we going to do this? In order to make this movie from the ground up, we will be dividing it into 4 stages. The first stage will be writing. Using a simple storyline based on the post-credit scene on the original, we'll first start by brainstorming, accepting submissions or ideas on how you like the story to go, and plot points you think it'll be interesting to develop. This will be used to create a script outline, a summary of all the sequences in the movie. After that, we will open these sequences for those interested in writing, to work them into scenes in the final script. For the second stage of the project, we will move on to the storyboarding, composing, casting and recording of the dialogue. Once we have a complete script, each scene will be available for those interested in a storyboard. This means illustrating the descriptions of each scene to get a visual reference on how they will look. We'll also be accepting submissions for the soundtrack of the movie. The main idea being making it a mix of both 3D Movie Maker and other games music, rearrange or remix to match the story. At the same time, we'll start doing casting calls for the voices on the movie, being for the main characters and the secondary characters. The final cast will be decided by public vote, so if you're interested in voicing more than one character, make sure to run for all of them to increase your chances to be selected. After voting on the voice talent, we will record the dialogue. These recordings and music will be combined with the storyboard, creating an animatic that will serve as reference for the following stages. The first stage is more in line with the previous projects. It will focus on the animation, sound design, and fusion collabs. The animatic made in the previous stage will be divided into multiple 8 to 10 second segments that will be available to those interested in animating. As always, you will be allowed to reimagine it in whatever style you prefer, be it 2D, 3D, stop motion, puppets, live action, or whatever your style is. Once your animation is ready, don't forget to also send an audio track with the sound effects you want to be included with it. With the fusion collabs will be a similar deal. We will divide a song into multiple 5 to 8 second segments that will be available for those interested to remix and rearrange in whatever style you prefer. The songs for this will be announced closer to their availability. The final stage of the project will be the editing. The montage will be the process of putting all the animated scenes together in order to make the final movie. Just like it, the sound mixing will be done by putting all of their sound effect audio tracks together. along with any additional sounds and music needed. Finally, the logos, credits, and subtitles will be added. With the subtitles, we will be accessing submissions for those interested in making translations into other languages. And with that, the movie will be done. Like I said, the main goal of this project will be to make this movie by combining the ideas of all of its collaborators. So, if you're interested in participating or want to join further down the line, make sure to check our Discord server for more information. And for those with ideas on how we should develop the story, make sure to have them ready, as the brainstorming stage for Team Reloaded's Lucial Incident 2 opens up later today. And with that, we have reached the real end of this presentation. I hope you all enjoyed the announcement of these two new projects, and if you want, be able to participate on them. For more updates, make sure to follow us on Twitter at TeamReloadedOG and join the community through our Discord server. As always, thank you so much for all of your work, support, and of course, patience. My name is Nacho, aka Naxo, and that's all for now. Good luck!